Welcome to Silent Institute. Today we're going to do question 7, Chemistry 1-1, tutorial sheet 1. Alright, so this question is coming from lecture 2. For those who watch lecture 2, we are not going to have many problems with this question. So if you've done this question before, pause the video and answer the question. Then at the end, we are going to compare my answer. That's the only way you can practice. Alright, so we have been given a compound which consists of copper and oxygen. And I've been told that if they contain 2.199 gram of copper and 0.277 of oxygen, work out the empirical formula of this compound. Alright, so to find the empirical formula, first, I would like to tell you what an empirical formula really means. An empirical formula of a compound is the simplest whole number of ratios of the atoms which are found in the same compound. Okay, let me try to give you a compound like hydrogen peroxide. This is hydrogen peroxide. Okay, this hydrogen peroxide has shown whole atoms of which are found in this compound are being shown. So because all atoms are shown, this is the molecular formula. Okay, this is the molecular formula, a formula which shows the exact number of atoms in a compound. Now, as you can see, 2 here is common to all elements. So if we factor out, we can remove 2 and we remain with HO. So this is also hydrogen peroxide, but in its simplest form. Okay, so if we write a compound, the formula of a compound in its simplest form, this is now what we call an empirical formula. So an empirical formula contains the simplest ratio of atoms in a compound. A molecular formula contains the exact number. It shows the exact number of atoms in a compound. That's how you can differentiate between the two. Now, to find the empirical formula, our first step, we are going to convert the masses which have been given into moles. Alright, we know that how we find in moles, we say moles is equal to mass over molar mass. Okay, so we're going to start with oxygen. We have oxygen. We also have copper here. Alright, let me start with copper because I've been given copper there. So, say number of moles is equal to mass over molar mass. Okay, now here we have copper. Here we have copper, and here we have oxygen. We are going to put our oxygen here. Then you have been given the masses. This one we have 2.199 grams. Okay, 2.99 grams. Here we have 0.277 grams. Okay, so what we are going to do now is to divide the molar masses. Okay, the molar masses of copper, we take this on your calculator. What you need to know is that since this is just in its elementary form, it's not a compound. You just take the what is direct on the what is direct on your the atomic masses which are on your periodic table. So copper we have 63.55 gram per mole. Okay. Oxygen is 16.0 gram per mole. These things are very, very simple. So our number of moles now, we are going to get, for copper, we are going to get 0.3. Okay, this is 0.03 4 6 and 0 there. Then for oxygen, the number of moles for oxygen is going to be 0.01731 moles. Okay, yeah, we include to say moles. Now that we have the number of moles, we are going to divide both by the by the simplest by the smallest number of moles. Among the number of moles which we found, we have this, we also have this. So you can see that this one is smaller than this one. So we're going to divide both by this. Okay, we also here divide 0.01731 because our our aim is to find the smallest the smallest ratio. That's why we are doing this. Okay, this divided into this, we have 1. Okay, we have 1, and this into this, we have actually 2. Okay, we have 2 for copper. So what you do next now is just to write. We say copper. For copper we have 2, so we're going to put 2 here. And oxygen only have 1, so even if we don't include it, it will still be 1. So this is how now you write the empirical formula. Very simple. As you can see now, this is now copper 2 oxide. So if you find the video help, consider subscribing to the channel, like the video. You also hit on the notification button so you may not miss out on your uploaded videos. Otherwise, this is the end of our today's tutorial. We end from here. We are going to continue answering question 8 in the following video. Thank you for watching. Can't wait to see you in the next video.